Notes from Atomic Habits by James Clear. How to make habits. Setting goals and focusing on them is not the way to change. It is the system that leads you to change, i.e., daily small habits. We expect that the introduction of new habits leads to linear growth, but in practice, it is not so. Growth is an indented curve, so the area between expectations and actual results leads to the valley of disappointment. Expected results begin to show after passing through the field of latent potential. Progress is delayed. The key factor is the identity change. Instead of, "I'm trying to start my online business," claim, "I'm an online entrepreneur." Instead of, "I will decrease my weight," say, "I am a fit person who exercises every day." Focus on the person who you want to become instead of what you want to become. For example, say, "I am the type of person who builds my own business while serving others." Habits are most responsible for creating identity. You determine the identity of the person you want to become, and build habits that lead to that. Habits determine identity, and vice versa. Identity determines habits. Building habits frees the mind to solve more complex problems. Every habit comes from signal and desire, a problem and reaction and reward, a solution. From those, 4 laws are derived. Let it be obvious, let it be attractive, let it be simple, and let it be pleasant. Let it be obvious. Verbalizing actions helps to become aware of them. Implementing the intention significantly increases the chances that the habit will be fulfilled. Set the time, place, and behavior. Tomorrow at that time, and in that place, I will do this and that. Arrangement of habits. After the current habit, I will carry out a new one that follows logically. After exercise, I will meditate for 10 minutes. After meditation, I will write a list of today's tasks and immediately start the first task. Put habits in context. One habit, one environment, new habit, new environment. Dealing with a bad habit. Self-control helps only in the short term. It is necessary to reduce exposure to signals. Make the motivation for bad habit invisible. Make it attractive. Anticipation of reward drives us to action, not gain. Habit stacking plus temptation linking. After the current habit, I will do the habit I need. After that, I will do the habit I desire. The way to build better habits. Stay in an environment whose habits you want to adopt. Your desired behavior is normal there, and with which you already have something in common. Create some self-motivating ritual that you will perform before difficult and reluctant habits. In many situations, we agree to be wrong together with the group, accepted, rather than to be right with ourselves, rejected. Be aware of that when creating new habits and identifying the bad ones to reject. Highlight the benefits you get if you avoid bad habits. That way, they will stop attracting you. Make the bad habit unattractive. Keep it simple. Focus on action, not planning. The amount of time it takes to create a habit is not important, but the number of repetitions. Prepare the environment so that it facilitates your future actions in it. The 2-minute rule. Start a new habit by performing it for no longer than 2 minutes. When you feel resistance and reluctance, stop. Means of commitment. Make decisions that will lock you into good habits in the future, e.g., automatic monthly payment for savings. Reduce the resistance associated with a good habit. Increase the resistance that will complicate the performance of bad habits. Make the bad habit complicated. Make it comfortable. The human brain prioritizes immediate rewards over delayed ones. Reward means repetition, and discomfort means avoidance. For the habit to remain, you need instant gratification behind its application, even if it's a little thing. This increases the chances that you will perform the habit the next time. Monitoring habits, proof of progress, attractiveness. Put an X on the calendar when you complete a habit. Do not fail to perform the habit twice in a row. It is better to perform worse than not to perform. Measurement is not an end in itself. It is not the most important thing. Make a habit contract with yourself, which may also include a responsible partner. The contract commits you to some financial or social consequence if you fail to perform the habit. It is a good motivator when you know that someone is watching you, to whom you entrusted the plan of performing the habit. Genetic role. You have a better chance if you choose an area of activity that matches your personality and skills. Genetic predisposition will provide strong support in areas that align with that tendency, but also harm in areas that are not. So build habits that suit you best. A good player will try hard to win the game that everyone plays. A great player will invent a completely new game that suits his natural talent and inclinations and will avoid his weaknesses. A genetic predisposition does not mean that you do not have to work hard. It just tells you what you should work hard on. Goldilocks Rule. You reach the peak of motivation when you work on tasks that are, according to your abilities, on the verge of feasibility, between monotony and anxiety. The biggest threat to success is boredom. Anyone can work hard if they have good motivation. Professionals continue with the habit. Even when it is boring, they persist with their program. Amateurs quickly abandon the project and look for another. Disadvantages of creating good habits. The good side of habits is that we can do things without thinking. The bad side is that during that time we do not pay attention to small mistakes. We refuse to accept criticism from others. Habits plus reasoned practice creates mastery. Monitoring and reflection. Every December, numerically determine your habits and answer the questions. What was good this year? What was not so good? What did I learn? How can I improve my habits a little? At the beginning of the summer, do a report on the correctness. Think about your identity and consider how to work even better to become the type of person you want to be. What core values drive me in life and at work? How do I currently live and work? With how much integrity? How can I set a higher standard in the future? The more you are attached to an identity, the harder it is to let go. Instead of "I am the CEO," say, "I am the type of person who likes to build and create." Demonstrate a flexible and adaptable identity. The hard and stiff will be broken. The soft and supple will prevail. Tao Te Ching, Lao Tzu. Experience a complete transformation by reading the book, which you can get at the link in the video description.